time to move on to this underarm, or pretty much the torso. Go into my weight painting tool, and the first thing I'm going to do is take away influence of the shoulder. The shoulder definitely shouldn't be coming down this far. So I'm going to go to add, make sure I'm in the negative. I really should just really clear it all out aggressively, but I just want to go very carefully. And this is going to reassign these vertices to a whole range of joints. The scapula, the neck, the chest, and some of the spine joints, but I don't really mind. And we're also only dealing with 1/2. So that's a good thing. So if I rotate the arm up, I still have some things influencing. So let me find them. It's definitely stuff on the arm. So I'll clear influence there. Yeah, that's it. So what I'm going to do now is lock a majority of these joints that I've painted and that I like all the way up to here. Should be able to lock all of them. I'll probably leave the shoulder because it does have to forfeit some influence. I'm going to take a look at the scapula, and the scapula definitely has way too much influence underneath here. Give it to the chest for now. Let me go up. Start smoothing out the influence that the shoulder has, so I can figure out how this distribution is going to work. Go to build pose and find the exact edge loop. I'm gonna grab this edge and grow my selection. And just find that part of the armpit, which I should be allowing the arm to take charge of. Yeah, all of that. Now I can force the chest to let go of it. One piece of advice that I gave earlier, and that I'm not particularly following now, is you have to be very careful about the decisions that you make for skinning when you create anatomically incorrect poses. Like this shoulder joint here, this is the farthest that the shoulder can bend, up to about there, right? Any further raising of the arm is the responsibility of this scapular joint. This should be doing the rest of it. Collectively, that's how you're able to raise your hand high in the air. So I have to be careful to make sure that I'm not weight painting to fix issues of this arm like this. This is nonsense, because this is wrong. You would never be posing the character like this. All right, so one thing that I'm going to do now is also include the painting of the scapula in here. For this part, I do want to give a little bit more influence to the shoulder. So I'm going to blend in some more of the shoulder impacting this top area here. Just give a little bit more influence to the chest, to the shoulder. Smooth it out. before I do any more work there, it's time to start deciding what the scapula is going to impact. So I'm going to come to the scapula here and I'm going to start picking its influence. She's going to be mostly here. I'm going to just ballpark this until I can get some poses in and some smoothing. All right, so I'm going to now activate the scapula so I can get an idea of what, start resolving some of that. Rather than just eliminate influence from the neck, I'll just start by softening it. It does have to transition into the neck influence well, and it won't be completely eliminated. So that's one thing you shouldn't be too quick to do. Just remove influence from neighboring joints. It's best to try to take a little by little what you think you need. So for this, if I was to go to the neck, I have 3 different neck joints, and they're definitely wrong in the way they're influencing. So I might need to also focus on resolving that. Start with some general blocking. What I think it should influence. And I'll just go to the halfway point because we're only doing half. So about there. It's going to share with the head and the jaw. And go to the next one. And it's probably a good idea to bring the joints back so I can gauge better. So this one here, yeah, that's about right. And this second one will be about there. This will be about there, and then the base will dominate more of this bottom half. Take away its influence from the top here. Yeah, this, I forgot, this part is probably as hard as this part. This pelvic region is going to be very hard, and this place is also going to be very hard. These hubs where there are so many limbs sticking out of a region are very, very difficult to paint, but it always comes around. All right, so I think this is a good scapular control. I do need to be careful with this pit of the neck here. I think most of that should be going to the chest. It should stay put for the most part. So that is probably the next thing I'm going to work to resolve. Let me look at how the shoulder is working with the scapula. Yeah, it's not bad. Focus on getting the chest, the influence it requires in this pit area here. I'll go to the chest. Yeah, it definitely should have more influence here, and it definitely should not have that much up here. So I'm going to eliminate what it's doing over here. It's probably just causing problems there. And initially, I was going to keep the scapula out of this bottom area, but I don't think it will hurt to let it take some influence here. So I'm going to see what that feels like. If it's not working too good, I'll just change it, but just to give it, yeah, just some, so that it if there was no such thing as corrective deformation, it would be tricks like this that you would have to use to make things look right. Giving influence wherever it needs to be to get a believable result. This back area here seems to be working well. Sort of latissimus, I guess rhomboid area is not so bad, but here under that armpit, it looks like it does benefit from the scapula having some influence there. Not too much, but just enough. All right, so I've added and smoothing.